Hello everybody, this is Gregory with 5-Minute Catholic Apologetics and Living, where 5 minutes of your time may get you to the divine. Today we're going to talk about how some Catholics view going to the holy sacrifice of the Mass as a form of hell insurance, and how we need to stop this thinking. Now before we begin, let's start with a prayer. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti. Amen. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, secutor in principio et nunc et semper et saecula saeculorum. Amen. What do I mean by this? Hell insurance. Well, it's essentially, if I go to Mass, I'm not going to go to hell. And I mean, the Catholic world, like the Protestant world, has been so infiltrated by secularist values. And it's not surprising. We saw this played out in the epistles. St. Paul, look when he's writing to the Corinthians, and the advice he gives Titus when he goes to Crete and some other places, how just there's always been, look at the epistle of James as well, those who love this world hate God. There's always been this struggle between the world that we want to live in and the world that we actually live in, and how we have to be in this world but not of this world. But certainly I think because of poor catechesis and just the very inculcated secularist mindset, that a lot of Catholics who go to Mass on Sunday, they go not because they have an earnest desire to want to go to the holy sacrifice of the Mass, where we as the community, along with the priests, the saints, the angels, and Jesus Christ, offer up the unbloodied sacrifice to God the Father. And a lot of people don't even know that's what the Mass is. They think it's a banquet, right? A table of plenty. But those who do go to Mass, a lot of them just go there because it's like, well, I need to go to Mass because if I don't go to Mass, I'm going to go to hell. So it's hell insurance. And they're like, well, as long as I go to Mass, try to go to the shortest possible Mass that has the least crappy music. I put in my shekels into the collection basket. I get the Jesus cookie, and I get out before the recessional hymn. I'm good. I'm going to hell. I'm going to heaven guaranteed. And look, I'm not saying you have that mindset. I don't have that mindset. But let's be real. If you go to the typical suburban Catholic parish, this mindset pervades. How do we know this? How do we know this? Lex orandi, lex credendi. If you look at the way people dress, if you look at their posture during Mass, if you look at how they get there late, leave early, if you look at a lot of these little things, you can see that there's a lot of people there who really don't understand why they should be there and want to be there. I think a lot of converts, it's like what they say about like people who came from former communist countries, like the Vietnamese or the Romanians. They come to America and they're like, oh, we love America, land of the free, because they knew what it was like to live in a non-free country. And I think sometimes the converts to Catholicism have such vigor in love of the faith, such zeal, because they're like, I get to receive the body and blood of Jesus Christ every day. Every day you can. There's no Mass on Good Friday, but every day. It's like, I am there. I love it. I might not understand the Mass and the intricacies, but I have the most personal relationship you can have with Jesus Christ, and that I'm doing what he wanted us to do, what he instituted in the Last Supper, which John chapter 6 fleshes out. We know the early church was doing it. The early church was celebrating the Mass before even the New Testament canon was written. And the Catholic, the Credo Catholic, a lot of them you just see them, they're like, well, we know that the large majority of them don't believe in the real presence. That's why we have this Eucharistic revival, which we have an episode here on how I don't know if it's going to really be that effective because it's not getting to the core problems. But you look at the typical Catholic, it's this I go to Mass because it's hell insurance. And look, I'm glad they're there. They're not the Creaster Catholics who only go for Christmas and Easter. And look, I'm even glad that the Creasters go, but at least they're there. But it's like, we don't need the hell insurance mindset. The hell insurance mindset does not work. And first of all, it smacks of indifferentism and universalism. Like, well, if I go to Mass, well, I'll go to heaven no matter what. No matter what I do, I'm going to Mass. I might not believe in the real presence. I might not be doing works of mercy. I might not have charity in my heart. I might not be doing all these things. I might be receiving the Eucharist, which I don't believe is the real presence, and being in a state of mortal sin because I never go to confession. But I'll go to heaven because I'm getting hell insurance by going to Mass. And leaving really early. So what can we do to really remedy this mindset? I think that I could say, and I think it's kind of a naive thing to say, we need to educate people better. But that makes the assumption that these types of hell insurance Catholics want to know more about the faith. And if they did, they would already be doing that. And therefore, lex orandi, lex credendi, lex vivendi, they would be changing this mindset. And maybe some of them are. But the majority of them are not on Halo app or listening to Catholic Answers or whatever, reading the Bible or whatever it is, reading the Catechism to understand the Mass better. Most of them aren't. Most of them are very secular. But just in case, it's like Pascal's wager. Pascal's wager is very similar to this. It's atheists, Christians could be wrong, but worst case scenario, if we're wrong and it's just annihilation after we die, okay, nothing happens to us. But if we're right, we get to go to heaven. So wager your soul, atheist, because if you're wrong, you're going to go to hell. If you're right, it's annihilation either way. So I think it's like, they think, my faith's really not that important because if it was, I'd be learning more about it. But just in case there is a God, and just in case, I do want to go to Mass, not really pay attention, not really sing, but just in case I need this hell insurance, because in their mindset, they're like, I'm definitely going to go to heaven, because this is what we've been teaching several decades now. Nobody goes to hell. I definitely want to go to heaven, but I want to do the minimal amount of work to go to heaven. Now the prize is, work. See, Catholics think works get to heaven. Works. No, we don't think works by themselves get to heaven. But yes, works are important because works are a reflection of our cooperation with the grace that we're receiving from Jesus Christ and the sacraments, and that's the way it's always been seen and known. The idea of sola fide is an innovation done by Luther as a corruption of how he read in his hermeneutic the Bible. But either way, I don't know how to fix this. I really don't know. Like if you plopped these people into a TLM, some of them might be like, wow, these people take it seriously. Maybe I need to figure out what's going on. Maybe. I don't know. Most of these people, the only catechism / apologetics / anything they're going to get is from the homily. That 10-minute homily. And let me tell you, God loved priests because it's a vocation to be a priest. Some of them are not gifted in homiletics. But the majority of homilies are forgettable within 5 minutes afterwards. And so there's an issue there. And I know seminaries are trying to teach the priest to be the best at homiletics as possible. And so it's little problems everywhere. And I don't really know how to fix it, but obviously we need to get out of this mindset that a lot of Catholics have when they go to Mass, that it's just hell insurance, and as long as I'm putting in $1 in the collection basket and receiving the Jesus cookie and pretending I'm paying attention, I'm going to go to heaven for sure. And this mindset, of course, affects the children because the children see this. The children see you showing up late to Mass. They see you leaving early. They see you not paying attention to Mass. They see you not reading or listening to the homily. Maybe you're even on your phone. And then we lament, oh, my kid doesn't know the faith. Oh, my kid, when they're on high school or 20-year-olds, leave the faith. Oh. Well, are we surprised? We have this idea that kids are going to learn everything through osmosis. Well, we just plop them in the pew for 15 years. They'll figure something out. No, we don't have that mindset at school. Let's just plop them in a classroom where there's no instruction at all, and they'll just learn. The walls of the school will seep into their minds. We don't have that mindset. So this episode, I don't know. I'm just ranting and raving like a Seinfeld episode. I don't know. But this idea of Mass is just hell insurance. We have to educate the Catholic faithful better on this. Guys, post in the comments. Let me know if you know people who are like this. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.